So this week I got the Canon R50 in, and I'm really excited about this camera because it is now the cheapest camera in Canon's RF lens lineup, and it's going to be probably one of the most sought after cameras just because of all the features it has. So in today's video, I'm going to do a really quick unboxing. I'm also going to talk about my first impressions of this camera because, like I said, this is Canon's real first affordable camera that's really attainable for anybody. And this isn't going to be a full review. I will be doing one here in the next few weeks, so definitely stay tuned if you're interested to hear more about the Canon R50. But let's open up this bad boy. So do this. Got the typical Canon paperwork right here. Got a little strap, which is very reminiscent of Canon's straps that they've been using for years. Probably won't use it, leave it in the box. Got the camera body right here, which I'll leave right there. Then it comes with a charger, as you see right here. We'll unbox that. And then the battery. And it's very simplified packaging. That's it. So I'll put the manual back in here. Well, let's go take a look at what is in the bubble wrap. So first, we've got the camera right here. And then we've got the charger. Take that out, just because I'm going to need it later. Here's the charger. It's the LPE 17 battery. Luckily, they've been out for a while, so if you have a hard time getting the Canon ones, there are some available third-party, although I would recommend sticking with the Canon-made batteries just because they do last longer. And we'll find out if there's any hidden things, because sometimes they won't let you charge some of these batteries over USB if they're not genuine. So here is the LPE 17 battery. Very nice. Put that to charge in a few. Putting everything back there. And then let's take a look at the camera. Let's see if I can get the pop-in picture to work. There we go. So here is, put this over here. Here is the camera. So it is definitely the smallest Canon RF camera I have ever held. I've used the R5, I owned an R6, I owned the R7, I have a RED Komodo, even though that's not really a Canon camera. And this is definitely the smallest body I've ever held. It's almost like a toy, but what's interesting about this is I can't wait to see how this thing works on a gimbal. I don't think we're going to get into that today, but this camera is really exciting me because let's talk about specs for a second. This camera is supposed to be a 24 megapixel sensor, similar to what's in the R10. For those of you who are looking for the easiest camera to use, that's kind of where this R50 comes into place, because if you're looking to have video that just works straight out of the box, you don't have to touch it. You're looking to have photography, photos, still images that look right out of the box. That's where this camera is going to shine right here. So this camera has up to 4K 30 in 8-bit video. It also has a 10-bit Hdr Pq mode, just like the R10 has, which is one of the reasons I picked up this camera, because for some of the professionals, they probably wouldn't have looked at this camera thinking it only had 8-bit video. And the fact that it has 10-bit video, a company like Cinematch can come out and come with camera profiles to match to other brands, or just to match to other Canon, higher-end Canon cameras. That's why I'm really excited for this camera itself. So on the first look of the body, I can see where they cut costs. So when you look at the difference between the R50 compared to something like the R10 or the R7, which is one of Canon's cameras that I have, that's pretty much their highest end crop censored camera at this point in time. This has a lot less buttons on it. But I think for the professionals, that's going to be a downside. But for any new user, if this is going to be your first, prosumer camera, or you're just your first camera in general, you're a content creator, you're just trying to take photos of your family, the simplification of the buttons is definitely going to be a plus for you users. It's going to be a plus for me. This is going to be my take around camera. I rather take this R50 out and take photos, videos of the family over my FX30 from Sony, my R7 from Canon, definitely my Red Komodo. I don't take that out for fun. That's why I'm excited with how small this camera is itself. So the articulating touch flip screen looks good, but I mean, I haven't powered it. Let's see if there's any power in the battery itself. Sometimes they don't ship them with any power in them. Got there. It's a little locking. So off the bat, I can tell you right here, this battery door is where you put the SD card in too. It's not the biggest plus, but again, you know, that's one of the things, one of the sacrifices you typically make when you have a lower budget camera like this. It wants me to change or charge the battery. So there's going to be no testing this camera for this video. So I'm going to leave this to an unboxing. Let's go over some final thoughts. I see that there's the micro HDMI right here. And for pros, that's not going to be the best option for HDMI, but at least it's there. It also does have a USB-C port, which means you can use this camera as a web camera directly into your computer, or you can actually keep this camera charged and use it not just for live streaming with one camera, but one of the things I'll talk about in a future video. I think this camera is going to be really popular with anyone who's trying to do podcasting, live streaming, and they need multiple cameras, but they don't necessarily need the highest end cameras. They need something that you don't have to color in the footage, just looks great straight out of the box, and they're going to pick up like 4, 5, 6 of them. I think that's where the R50 is really going to shine. Other than that, it has a microphone jack right here on the side, and take a look right here. There's no headphone jack. So if you're going to be using audio with this, that's definitely going to be a problem. There's a lot of audio solutions like Komica's XD Boom. All those solutions pretty much have a headphone jack built into their receiver. So there are workarounds for it. So if you want to see more content on the Canon R50, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell below to see more content like this from me. If you have any questions on content you'd want to see, any questions about the R50, make sure to put them in the comments below and I will get to them in a future video as well. The next few weeks are going to be a lot of Canon R50 videos. I really can't wait to test out this camera. The fact of how light and small it is, and the fact that it has an EVF too. Really excited to put this camera to the test. So until next time, my name's Geoff Fagien. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.